Tonight, a report on a Soap Lake Council member reprimanded and when people can expect to get their November election ballots. What's happening in sports, Bob?
Basin football action and lots of it. Let's take a quick glance at our Weather Center forecast.
I'm meteorologist Mike Sines. We have humidity that's continuing to come in off of the coast. We're clear now, but will that be the case in the morning? I'll let you know coming up in weather.
I'm Amber Jenks, and we have all this and much more on iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News. Your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
A Moses Lake man was sentenced for raping a minor roughly 15 years after the crime. A Grant County jury found Luis Jules, a 37-year-old man, guilty of 2 counts of rape of a child in the 2nd degree after a trial in August. Jules has no previous felony convictions and was sentenced to a minimum of 9 years and 11 months in prison. When Jules is finished with his minimum sentence, a Department of Corrections board is going to decide whether he can be released. Jules was initially charged in 2000 after the victim's mother discovered her daughter was in a relationship with Jules. He was 22 at the time of the relationship, and the victim was between 12 and 14 years old. Jules was arrested in 2015 after reportedly failing to appear for his hearings. A new buddy bench was installed at the Lakeview Elementary Playground in Moses Lake on Friday, thanks to a donation from Home Depot. The school is hoping the new bench will allow students a chance to make new friends. Reporter Devin Higgins has the story.
At Lakeview Elementary School, recess is often the highlight of the day, and last week the students got a new addition to their playground. The Moses Lake Home Depot donated a new bench to the school called the Buddy Bench. Lakeview Principal Christy Bateman talked about why she had it brought in.
And our hope for the Buddy Bench is that when kids don't have a playmate at recess time or they're feeling lonely, that other kids will see them sitting on the Buddy Bench and come over and ask them to play, so they'll have a playmate.
With kids of all grade levels using the playground every day, Counselor Rhonda Ebel said the bench gives them a chance to meet new friends.
The goal is to help children feel connected to their school, to their classmates, to their learning, and just when they have a positive feeling about what's going on, they're able to learn.
In Moses Lake, Devin Higgins for iFIBER 1 News.
An Espelum man is charged with fleeing police and slamming on the brakes, colliding with a Grand Coulee police car. Prosecutors charged Jory Valley, a 26-year-old man in Grant County Superior Court, with assault and attempting to elude a pursuing police vehicle. An officer allegedly spotted Valley driving a stolen 2010 Dodge Charger near State Route 155. When an officer attempted to stop the car, Valley reportedly fled. The chase went through Grant, Douglas, Okanogan, and Ferry counties and reached speeds of 80 miles per hour. Several times during the pursuit, Valley allegedly slowed the car suddenly, forcing officers to brake. When Valley was allegedly driving on a gravel road, he hit the brakes, causing an officer to hit the car. Valley reportedly drove away and crashed the car a short time later. He allegedly ran from the vehicle and was later arrested by Coulee Dam police. Now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at primetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We'll be back right after this.
My name is Kat Sanderson, Managing Broker for Pillar Rock Realty Group. We love the Columbia Basin because it's our home, and we want to give back to our community by kicking off our Pay It Forward campaign. If you buy or list with us, we will donate 1% of our total proceeds to a local charity of your choice and in your name. Call us today at 754-4444 or visit pillarrockrealty.com because we are your local real estate experts.
This weather segment is brought to you by Bearing Motors, one great place to buy and service a car. I'm meteorologist Mike Sines with a look at your weather headlines. We have seen a clear day and also night, but then it will turn foggy. Foggy in the morning and then cooler temperatures by the time the week continues. We're going to see a gradual decrease in temperatures. Here's a look at our almanac for us here in Ephrata. We reached a low that was 41 degrees, and the record low, rather, was set back in 1984 of 20 degrees. The sunset for us at 6:03. Nothing in the way of precip for us here. Let's take a look at the weather conditions for our almanac for our friends out in Moses Lake. They also saw nothing in the way of precip. The low recording right around 47 degrees. The record low was set back in 1984 of 25 degrees, and the sun set for them right about the same time, 6:03. Right now outside it is 67 degrees. Dew point is at 45. That's going to continue to rise up, and we are seeing clear skies right now. However, we are going to see an increase in humidity. That means that dew point number is going to be almost the same as the temperature, and that's where we are going to get fog to develop. Now, this morning we saw dense fog, and that's actually reflected right here on this image taken from the Moses Lake Municipal Airport. That was at 7:18 a.m. and the visibility was 1/4 of a mile. Here's the tarmac where you should be able to see planes coming in. Not trains, but planes. And that's actually not even visible because of the fog. So before you leave to work tomorrow, give yourself time, because we are still calling for fog again, not just tonight, but also tomorrow. So if you're going to head out, just be aware of that and give yourself plenty of time before you head to work and school as well. Here's a look at your Futurecast model. We are going to continue to see the humidity coming off of the coast for us here, and as it does so, that's going to increase the chances for us to see some of these showers, very light, but that will mainly be fog on the surface level there, and we are going to see that move out and clear. And then we also see our next frontal system that'll start making its way, and then we are going to be clear by the time Wednesday rolls around. For us tomorrow, temperature in Yakima of 72, out towards the inland northwest, temperatures in the low 60s rather, 64 in Long Beach with partly cloudy skies. For us here locally, we're going to see great conditions, sunny skies, and as we take a look at our 7-day outlook, we're going to see temperatures are going to start to decrease. Sunny skies Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Temperatures start to decrease, and then as we make our way into Saturday, we're going to see some clouds roll in.
Paying your Grant PUD bill with ePay is like getting free cuts in line. You pay when you want, how you want. Get free cuts in line with Grant PUD ePay. Visit grantpud.org.
Oh, dude, I'm just in the theater. It's totally cool.
Ah.
The new flamethrower cheeseburger now with a $5 lunch. I'm going flamethrower today.
Remember what happened last time?
I'm going flamethrower today.
Gary, do you remember what happened last time?
I'm going flamethrower today.
Remember what happened last time?
Comes with a Sunday now. I can handle it.
You know your body, Gary.
Go flamethrower. Now the DQ $5 lunch comes with the new jalapeno bacon flamethrower cheeseburger, plus fries, drink, and a sundae. This is fan food, not fast food.
The Tigers and Wolves went at it in CWAC action on Kiwanis Field in Ephrata Friday night. It was a tough physical contest that produced a lopsided score. Here's Sean Wells with the story.
Ephrata jumped out on top early and never looked back against Wapato. The Tigers were looking for back-to-back conference wins after knocking off Sela on the road. Colin Allman got the Tigers on the board first with an 11-yard quarterback keeper for a score.
Off and run it. He's got plenty of room, and it looks like he'll take it in for 6.
Nice shifty move by Colin Allman. Tyler Lutz then broke a big carry for Ephrata, rushing 35 yards for the touchdown.
To the right, Lutz makes a nice cut, gets it around the edge, and he's going to take that all the way into the end zone. What a nice little run.
Ephrata took advantage of 3 first-quarter takeaways as Jacob Firestone put Ephrata on top 20-0 with a 1-yard touchdown run. Things got tricky when Zach Berryman muffed the snap on the ensuing PAT attempt, but he was able to find Dylan here for the 2-point conversion.
2-point conversions. Scrambling around, got a receiver. And does he get in? He does. Wow. Look at there, look at there.
In the second half, the Tigers continued to dominate. Colin Allman broke loose for a 28-yard touchdown, his second rushing touchdown of the game. Allman then came right back, hooking up with the receiver Jacob Oxis for a 30-yard touchdown.
Got a receiver wide open over the middle. That's 6 points. Beautiful.
The Wolves finally got on the board in the third quarter when quarterback Romeo Cohens found receiver DeJuan Davis for a 30-yard touchdown. But it was too little too late for Wapato as Fred had knocked off the Wolves 45-14. Colin Allman was the leading rusher for the Tigers with 5 carries for 73 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jacob Oxis had 2 catches for 39 yards and a score. The Tigers hit the road this Friday for a tough game at Prosser. For iFIBER 1 News, Sean Wells.
Lutz suffered a high ankle sprain in the first quarter of the ball game. A timetable is yet to be set for his return. Coach Mills did say he's not expected to play Friday at Prosser. It'll be a huge loss for the Tigers if they are to be without Lutz for their postseason push. West Harrington threw for 3 scores and ran for 2 more, and Moses Lake blew past Eastmont 35-19. The Chiefs had it going on early, scoring on 3 of their first 4 possessions to lead 28-0 late in the first half. The Wildcats got on the board on a long TD pass with 6 seconds left to make it respectable 28-6. Eastmont scored on its first possession of the third quarter to get back in it, 28-13. Both teams put another second half score on the board, but it was the Chiefs coming away with a cockeyed victory. Isaiah Thomas was on the receiving end of 2 Harrington touchdown tosses. Ridge Montgomery hauled in the other. The win is the 4th in a row in the 5th in 7 games for the Chiefs, who keep pace with Davis at 3-0 in the Big 9 conference standings. Up next is the 2-2 Panthers at home Friday night at Lions Field. iFIBER Communications will be broadcasting the game live at 7 p.m. Rounding out the Basin High School football scoreboard, it was Warden taking down Kittitas 34-8 in 2B Central Washington League action. The Knights laid a royal hurting on Kiona Benton 56-6. Grandview got past Quincy 27-13. Elmira Cooley Heartline crushed Welpinett 78-24 to move to 4-0 in 1B Northeast Conference action and 6-1 overall. And the high-flying 6-0 Soap Lake Eagles, who were off to their best start in more than a decade, fell back to earth with a resounding 60-7 loss to Mabton. We'll be back after this commercial break.
You don't have to drive to Seattle for exceptional cancer care. Confluence Health's cancer program delivers world-class care close to home. We have a highly experienced oncology team in a state-of-the-art facility, and we're a member of the Seattle Cancer Care Alliance, which gives our patients access to world-renowned therapies developed at Fred Hutchinson, the University of Washington Medicine, and Seattle Children's. Together with the SCCA, we're delivering world-class cancer care close to home.
The Dodge brothers' competitive spirit and engineering prowess started long before they built their first car, and will continue long after their latest, the most technologically advanced vehicle in its class.
Our spotlight story tonight is about a Soap Lake council member reprimanded by the city council for a letter sent to voters criticizing the mayor. Reporter Cameron Probert has the details.
The Soap Lake City Council reprimanded Councilmember Robert Brown for his part in a letter questioning Mayor Raymond Gravel's decisions. The council held a special meeting Friday afternoon to discuss the letter, which was sent to Soap Lake residents in the mail last week. The letter from Brown and resident Maynard Hagan urged voters not to re-elect Gravel because of his poor performance. The letter cited 5 reasons, including leaving a 65-year-old cement water pipe underneath Main Avenue during the downtown reconstruction project and putting more money in the parks budget. The council member said all the items listed in the letter were decisions made by the council, not by Gravel. They decided to censure Brown for violating a city code that states, "The council's dealings with the mayor, whether in public or private, should respect the authority of the mayor in administrative matters. Disagreements should be expressed in policy terms, rather than in terms that question the satisfaction with or support of the mayor." When iFIBER 1 News asked whether the rules apply to political speech, Councilmember Joanne Rushton said the council wasn't taking questions. Councilmember John Glasgow said he wasn't in favor of the rules when they were approved, but he's bound by them now.
And as I read them, they're clear. And whether or not Mr. Brown is acting on his own behalf as a private citizen or whether he's acting as an official, he can't get rid of the official mantle by simply leaving the building.
Correct.
That we have certain authority and certain responsibilities that are with the job, as long as we hold it, as far as I'm concerned.
Day in and day out.
So I've decided to vote in favor of the censure, even though I'm generally against some of the structure of our rules, but we're bound by what we decide as a group.
Brown left the meeting after he said he was spurred to support Gravel.
This council would like to see me shut up. In fact, you'd like to see me kicked out. And I have rights the same as you. If the mayor has a problem with the letter that I wrote, I'm willing to debate him anytime, any place that he so chooses. I did not act in a matter of a position as an officer of this organization. I acted as an individual citizen. I have civil rights the same as all the rest of you.
Gravel did not attend the meeting after receiving advice from the city attorney that it may be a conflict of interest. For iFIBER 1 News, this is Cameron Probert reporting.
We'll be right back after this.
Quincy Foods, LLC, a subsidiary of Norpac Foods, is seeking motivated individuals to fill the positions of general laborer for their corn harvest season. They have full-time seasonal openings, must be 18 years old and older, willing to work swing shift. Great people to work for in a challenging food processing environment. Apply at 222 Columbia Way in Quincy between 8 and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, or online through WorkSource. Quincy Foods is an equal opportunity employer.
Well, one thing I knew from being a patient myself was that a dental office is a scary place to come to. And so we wanted everything possible to make sure that our office is a comfortable place for our patients to visit. The patients that I have, my clients, have made me a part of this community, and we want to give back in every way possible.
Welcome back. Grant County residents can get rid of household hazardous waste for free on October 24th in Moses Lake. The event is sponsored by Grant County Solid Waste and the State Department of Ecology and runs from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. The event is at the Surf and Slide Water Park parking lot, which is located at 401 West 4th Avenue. No containers larger than 5 gallons are accepted, and products should be kept in original containers with the labels, according to the officials. Items accepted include antifreeze, brake fluid, pesticides, oil-based paint, and fluorescent bulbs. Items not accepted include agricultural waste, ammunition, auto batteries, medicines, propane tanks, and used oil. Grant County residents should receive their ballots for November's election within the next few days. The Grant County Auditor's Office mailed ballots for November 3rd general election last Thursday. The election is going to decide 60 contested races in the county, including 3 Moses Lake City Council positions, 3 Quincy City Council positions, and a spot on the Moses Lake School Board. People need to return their ballots to the auditor's office by November 3rd. The ballots can be sent in by mail or dropped off at one of the 6 drop-box locations in the county. Drop-box locations are located at the Grant County Auditor's Office, Moses Lake Civic Center, Grant County Courthouse in Ephrata, Quincy Public Library, Grant County Fire District 10 Fire Hall in Royal City, and Grant County PUD in Grand Coulee. For more information, contact the Elections Office at 509-754-2011. A man allegedly hit a woman over the head with a baby stroller after demanding money and punching her several times. Lamar Wynn, a 28-year-old Moses Lake man, allegedly went into the victim's home in Moses Lake on Saturday and demanded money. He claimed the victim owed his girlfriend. According to Moses Lake police, the victim allegedly told Wynn she didn't have any money, and Wynn began punching her in the face. He reportedly grabbed a baby stroller and hit the victim over the head. Wynn reportedly left the home before police arrived. The victim told officers the suspect drove off in a gold Chevrolet Tahoe or Suburban. Police were unable to find the suspect. Anyone with information about the crime or Wynn is asked to call Moses Lake Police at 509-764-3887. In Northwest News, a woman in a quiet Boise neighborhood has plenty of company in her home, and it's ruffling some feathers with her neighbors. For CNN, Jeff Platt has the story.
Meet Sherry Blair. She has not 1, not 2, but
23 exotic birds.
That's right, 23 exotic birds living in her garage and her house in what is usually a quiet Boise suburb. But she was surprised when a city code enforcer knocked on her door saying people were complaining.
I've never had any complaints since I've had them, ever.
Well, people may not be telling Sherry to her face, but they certainly are complaining.
It's just loud.
It's constant.
It's annoying.
The code enforcer gave Sherry this letter saying she is violating City Code 110674D7 and has 20 days to comply, but that code isn't about pets. The city code enforcer is considering these guys livestock, but I don't remember them being anywhere on Old McDonald's farm. So why exactly are exotic birds livestock? The code enforcer on the case gave this answer. Here's what is true about all codes. We can't predict everything. We didn't consider exotic birds. The thought that someone would have 20-something exotic birds, for example, didn't occur to them when they wrote the code. Sherry, of course, disagrees with the classification.
These aren't livestock. These are exotics. They're expensive.
Neighbors don't really care what you call the birds. They call them loud.
I can hear them all the way down the street.
I mean, I can hear it inside the house downstairs.
They call the noise constant.
It's not one time period that it's happening. It's just all day, constant, every day, this squawking noise.
And annoying.
It's something that I've been hearing every day since I heard it, and I keep hearing it when they're not making that sound.
In order to comply with the code, Sherry has until October 19th to get down to 6 birds. Failure to do so could result in a $1,000 fine, 6 months in jail, or 1 year of probation.
No, I told him I was going to downsize, but it takes time. I can't just say goodbye. I'm having a rough time with this.
That's going to do it here for us at iFIBER 1 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.